My name is Jess Squibb, and here at camp I'm known as any variation of my last name, which is Squibb. I am the senior row leader at camp, so that's working on senior row with the 11 and 12-year-olds. I am originally from the Wirral in the United Kingdom, but I've been living in Ireland for the last 15 years in Cork, which is the bottom part of Ireland. My first ever summer as a nanny to Charlotte, who was our assistant director's newborn baby, and I did arts and crafts at that time too. So I did arts and crafts in the drama program for a few years, and then I helped out on both rows a few times as like a camp mom role. But then I was a junior row leader for a long time, and then moved to senior row a couple of times, and then just went back to doing special events. So I've kind of done all different roles at Winaukee that don't involve the athletic side of camp, but definitely more residential. At home, I work in a secondary school, an all-girls secondary school with children with special needs, and I also went back to college last year to study counselling and psychotherapy. I suppose since I left school at 18, I've always been in like early childhood education or working with teenagers in some form, whether that's in like youth clubs or in preschools and daycares and things like that. And I've been coming to camp for 12 years, so everything I do is revolved around camp. But I suppose having that experience, it helps me come to camp and take on numerous roles. I may be on senior row, but I help out with special events, I help run campus meetings and all fun events and things like that, and just being okay to leave like almost your pride at the gate and just get down with the kids and do all the fun things and paint up when needed. And I do think working with kids all year round definitely helps. But I always enjoyed Colour War, Songfest especially, being at the last day of Colour War and just seeing the kids just perform and trying their best to learn songs that they learned a couple of days ago, and or round the base relay, watching the kids just give it their all. It's always a fun moment. But there's so many to choose from, but I suppose seeing the kids grow from being on junior row to then graduating on the island, and that's always a special moment, being over there with them for like their final banquet and seeing them win awards and knowing how much it means to them. And I suppose a highlight for me would be watching those boys then complete their Winaukee career and just the pride that I feel for all of them. And I suppose even on senior as well, when our senior campers then graduate to the island, just watching them and seeing how they've changed over the last couple of years. And that would always be a highlight, just watching the boys grow over the years. Winaukee means everything to me, especially over the last couple of years with COVID especially.
Let's go!
For the last 12 years, 13 years, including COVID, it's just been the forefront of my mind at home all year round, and there's no place I would rather be. Like, I have left jobs at the end of every spring to make sure I get back to camp, and there's just something about this place that is so special. The friendships you make with like campers and counsellors, especially seeing campers come back and work, and the friendships you make there, and with the families, and just knowing that families trust you for so long to mind their campers, that means a lot. And I just think having that responsibility is so nice, and it's quite heartwarming to know that you are so important to some of these campers for such a huge part of their life, and knowing that I make an impact to them. I think that's what really means a lot, being at camp. But it's the most special place in the world, and honestly cannot think of anywhere else I'd rather be. Hi, my name is Jess Squibb, otherwise known as Squibbs, and I am the senior row leader here at Camp Winaukee.